They teased this a few minutes before they released it, literally within seconds. I was like, holy shit, let's bookmark everything and see what's going on. And then all of a sudden they dropped it. Now I am doing this duo stream. I'm gonna have to repeat everything I just said, which is fine. I'm doing this duo stream so that you guys can see what's going on. But I have been covering the shit out of this case over on my second channel. So the little icon with my face and the green eyeballs are like just my profile picture and not the monkeys. That's me. That's me on my second channel. I know some people were questioning, is somebody trying to copy and they're using her face? Is it AI? No, I've had a lot of emails and stuff about that. No, it's definitely me. I had to go live with this because of when it came out, because on that second channel, I just posted a video about Ashley Trashley Banfield being in the Epstein documents. And it was really important to put that out there because if I've got a chance to talk trash about Trashley, y'all know damn well I'm gonna do it. So it's over there. I will put a link in the chat over here in a few minutes. Let me go ahead and restart everything I said here. 2 people. It sure freaking looks like it, doesn't it? It sure does. Okay. I am really confused about this because she didn't have a subscription service. She did not have a subscription service. We were told this entire time that they weren't going to be able to get anything from the back-end information or from the system or anything because she didn't have a freaking subscription. She didn't pay the monthly fee. Now we're finding out it's not Ring, it's Nest cameras. It's Nest cameras. And they can now say that the camera was removed at the time of the crime because we have Home Dude picking up all those pieces of plants. Remember all the plants? I said, why is there all these plant matter in front of the door with all of the blood in front of the steps? It looked to me like it was like what we saw in the Idaho 4 case with the berries hitting the steps. So I was like, that's weird. Looks like the dude grabbed some plants. No, just the 2. I don't have 3 channels. I've got the 2. I've got this one and then the Julez of all trades, which is my face up there. But no, I do not have 2. I do not have 2. So this person is grabbing the plant matter that we are seeing on the ground. Right? And then look at the eyebrows. Like, look at the way that the eyebrows look. I can't zoom in because I'm looking at this on Twitter. But look at the eyebrows, how like, I don't know if this is like shadowing from the perfect thing around the face right here or what's going on. But something I mentioned in everything whenever it was freaking silent is look at the whites of this person's eyes, how dark the whites of this person's eyes look. Look at how dark the whites of this person's eyes actually look. Isn't that freaking weird? Isn't that weird? Now, they have a flashlight in their mouth in order to deter the camera from picking up anything in the facial area that might be recognized. But right here, like this looks like a different kind of mask. This looks like a completely different kind of mask. This is almost like a boxy shape right here. I mean, it could be the same, but it almost looks like it's a second person. You see the jacket. It's hard to tell because I can't see on the top of the jacket. The zipper looks different. And again, it could just be the angle. It could be the angle. But this zipper right here doesn't look like it has the same white effect as this one. So this might be 2 different people. There's something going on down here. Oh, look at that. There's no Amazon package. Now, there was an Amazon package that must have been delivered to her house later on in the morning after she had been taken from the house, but it's not there now. There was definitely an Amazon package there, an envelope one, like the bubble wrap one, right here. It does look like 2 different jackets, doesn't it? It sure does. Black glove. Are these black latex gloves? Or are they like a different kind of glove? It does look like 2 different people. So this person grabbed plant matter from the yard and then used it to like cover the camera and knock the camera down. That sure is what it seems like. Right? Like the other, like this one over here almost looks like a boxing glove with the way that it's like folded over. Like it just looks really thick. But it's them covering up the camera, trying to get rid of the camera. Okay, so this is the doorknob right here. This is the deadbolt and then the actual doorknob that turns to open the door. Wow. So why didn't they give us a timestamp for this? Because see, let me pull up my timeline. Well, I'll pull up my timeline over here. I'll pull it up on my channel so that we can actually like view it instead of me just talking about it. Let me go to my community posts. Now I did have the time incorrect at first. I had it as 2:32, her taking an Uber over to her daughter's house, but it wasn't. It is 5:32. So they're trying to tell us that at 1:47, the doorbell disconnected. The camera disconnect at 1:47. So this would be the 1:47 time frame of the camera being removed. So then at 2:12, when the software detected motion, was it a regular motion thing? Because I know like on my system, I have motion sensors that don't have a lens, and I can put them anywhere, and it's just motion. And I just get told, hey, motion at whatever I ended up doing, whatever I ended up labeling where this is. No, I don't think they would if they removed the camera, because now we know that this portion right here is this is the front door where there's like a plate with the camera piece missing. There's a plate with a camera piece missing. Over the last 8 days, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage from Nancy Guthrie's home that may have been lost, corrupted, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recording devices. The video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. Again, tell me how they had anything residual from back-end systems if they've been telling us from the beginning she didn't have a subscription in order to hold anything. Unless it does a thing where it only, like, it holds like a certain amount of days, like for free. Maybe it holds a certain amount of days for free and they were able to grab that. This doesn't even look like very tall of a person, in my opinion. They don't look very tall, right? They don't look those are latex gloves. You can see the way that it's shining on the bend. Yeah, that Amazon package showed up after. They grabbed flowers. Like, are they high? Like, are the whites of their eyes grayed and darked out like that because they're red from smoking? Because seriously, like I would expect to see like not such darkness in like where the whites of their eyeballs are. And small feet. Yeah, pretty average. Like, this is probably a male that's between 5'6" and 5'9", is what I would assume. I think this is going to be, I would love it. I would love it. Look, from the jump when my uncle was murdered and we asked for the information, his own mother went down to get the autopsy information, and they made her wait for 2.5 hours in the lobby as they took a black Sharpie, because this was back in 2001. They took a black Sharpie and redacted all kinds of shit for my own grandmother to get her own child's autopsy report. We know damn well that he was killed from a CI in that town, and that Kerr County was covering for him. We're all very aware. We even know his freaking name. So there will probably never be a single law enforcement agency that tells me the truth about anything, because since I was 13, 14, 15, my whole entire life, I've known that they are on some bullshit. Like, it'll probably never happen. Like, it'll probably never, ever happen at all. But this is crazy. This is about a 5'6" to a 5'9". I'm going to say a man. I'm going to say it's a dude. It looks like there's facial hair right here. This looks like there's facial hair. Let me copy this image and put it in Canva and see if I can make it bigger. Now Kash Patel put him out. There looks like there's an extra one. Yeah, look, there's an extra one. There is facial hair. Look, the whites of the eyes are so freaking dark, bro. Yeah, what's his name? Wes Borland from, is it System of a Down? I might be getting those names mixed up. But he used to wear, y'all probably know who I'm talking about, those big black contacts that made his eyes look all blacked out. Yeah, there's definitely facial hair, and you can see like lip shape and everything right here. I feel like if somebody knows this person, this is recognizable. Oh yeah, no, they have a video. It'll be a video. I don't know why they're not putting out the video. Obviously, there's a video. Yeah, this one looks like there's facial hair. Like there's unless they took a Sharpie or some sort of something to the top of their lip. This is definitely what looks like to be facial hair, but it could be a woman in disguise. The video was released. Did the FBI release the video? Oh, here we go. Okay, y'all can see this full-fledged, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is like a 5'6" to 5'8", I'd say. Okay, here's the video, guys. Is there sound? No. Covering up the camera. Let's see. It's very short. See, now he's looking for the plant. He's looking for the plant matter. Boy has a whole backpack on. What in the actual shit is in the backpack? This is the video, Mystic. This is from the FBI guy. What in the actual shit could possibly be in the backpack? Yeah, definitely a shorter person. Grabbing plant matter. Why would you take like you've got a whole mask on? You've got gloves on. Why are you grabbing plant matter to remove? Unless he was breaking the glass. Could he have grabbed the plant matter to like use as some sort of cushion to break glass on the front door? No, I don't think they had any glass. What was the freaking plant for? I know that's what I'm sort of confused about. Like you've got a mask on, you've got gloves on. What is that for? What could be in the backpack? Like, is it normal? I mean, I don't know. In movies, you see people that go in to like rob banks and shit having stuff with them, like tools and things to like go on about their business. If you're going in there to kidnap an old lady, that's a gun. Oh my God, he had a gun. I didn't even notice. Home dude has a gun right there in between, like on his belt buckle. So he's got a backpack full of stuff. And then a freaking gun right there, like covering his pee-pee. What the shit? OMG. Look, that's a weapon. That is a pistol. No, I mean, I don't know if it's a pistol, but it's a handheld gun. Maybe she has a vault at home. See, that's what I was curious of too, because you got a whole, they were in the house for like a hot minute too. That's why I was questioning, is there something in her house that maybe somebody knew about and they were going in the house to like steal from her, and maybe she woke up and they weren't expecting her to wake up and then they had to deal with it. Yeah, on his right. So he's right-handed. Yeah, he would have to grab it from the right. You're right. He would have to grab it from the right. Looks like a hit. It does, doesn't it? I wish there was sound, but a lot of these don't have sound. Yeah, this is the Nest camera system. It's pretty clear. Yeah, this is definitely a male. I would say between 5. I mean, I'll even, no, 5'5" too short. I'll say 5'6" to 5'8". I think 5'9" is maybe given a little bit too much grace. I'd say 5'6" to 5'8". right-handed. This is crazy. It does look like multiple layers of vinyl gloving. What is in the backpack? I wish it was color because somebody might recognize the shoes. I mean, people that would smart would like go to a Goodwill and buy the clothes that they were going to use, you know what I mean? And then just get rid of them. That would be somebody smart, you know, with a real brain. Oh my God. And that backpack is to the brim, bro. That backpack is to the brim. No, when it comes to neighbors, yeah, relatively small feet. That's why I think he's like 5'6" to 5'8". The neighbors were saying that they had ADT. One neighbor said that they had ADT and their ADT wasn't working on Sunday. So I don't know if it was just theirs or if it was like a whole outage of ADT, that entire neighborhood. I don't know. But I would love to know how they have this. But I guess they do have like a temporary thing that does get held even if you don't pay for a subscription. The weapon, bro. The weapon, bro. I cannot believe that they hid all this stuff. Yeah, a week later. See, that's what I want to know. Like, is there headlights in the camera that they see? Did this home dude walk up on foot, expecting to take an 84-year-old woman out of there that can barely walk on her own? You've got a backpack on, bro, but for what? It is an interesting head shape. It does look like multiple layers of gloves. It could be nitrile gloves over winter gloves. It very well could be. Well, see, the thing about the eyebrows is interesting because I can't tell if we're seeing any of the actual eyebrow hair or if what we're seeing is the bottom. Because, okay, these masks, this is basically sort of, not really, this is sort of like the mask that everyone thought that Dylan Mortensen was talking about. But whenever the drawing came out, it was more of a wider open spot when it came to the person wearing the mask inside of the 1122 house. And you could see like the full nose and the eyes. This is different. This has very, 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 very thick embroidery around the eye area. So what I think we're honestly seeing is black marker put on the bottom embroidery area of this in order to give it a shape. I don't think that that's eyebrows. I think it's played up. I think it's very played up. And yeah, he's definitely holding a flashlight in his face in order to like block out anything. But then there's this, look at that. Those are some thin lips. Those are some very thin lips. They stop right here at the bottom. And it looks like right here might be a little bit of where the lip would go up a little. And then we've got this dark stuff. But again, this could be marker. This could be marker or a fake mustache. This could be completely fake. They are pretty big eyes, right? I'm just still curious about why the whites of this person's eyes look so freaking dark. Like, why? Why do they look so dark? Oh, there's another piece. Oh, look, here's the plant matter one. It's 14 seconds. So what are you doing with the plants, bro? Are you stupid? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, that is confusing. You've got multiple layers of gloves on, yet you're grabbing the camera off the door with a handful of plant material. Could be. Oh, you're right, bro. It could be. Oh, it's going to be crazy if they arrest somebody and they got some colorful bullshit in their eyes. I thought so too. Like, did you just smoke a whole thing before you showed up or what? And no, he's not covering it because it's gone. But, well, you know what? I'll take that back. They haven't been honest with us about like anything in this case. So either they took it, the police took it, or this is when it was taken off of the house. Because it stops like right before you'd really know if it's being taken off. Let's see where it stops. I'm going to pause it right at the end. See, it's covering it, it's covering it, it's covering it, it's covering it, and then it starts over. This is the last image. So it looks like even with all of these gloves on, this person might be picking up plant matter and again using it as like a barrier in order for any residual prints not to show up. This is crazy. Home dude has a ginormous freaking beard. Son-in-law has a ginormous goat beard. Let me pull up the son-in-law's face. Tomasio or some shit like that. Nancy Guthrie, son-in-law. Images. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to go on Twitter to find it. This is the picture of, let me show you this. This is the picture of the guy that was arrested for the fake ransom. Notice his lip, how it pops up right here. Like his lip does, oh, that's not what I want to go back. His lip does this pop-up thing right here. Now let's go back over here. Where is it where the people are like, oh, that looks like mustache. Hold on. Where's the lips? Oh, can be colorized. Okay, somebody did that. Somebody did some colorization, which it shouldn't be looking like this. Honestly, this would be artificial lighting. This would be, I don't know how honest these colors are. I don't think this would be accurate. I think they're just assuming that this is what the colors are. But somebody doing this isn't helping anything, because then you're putting out all kinds of like information out there that might not be accurate because you think that you're doing something. But you shouldn't be touching stuff like this because you have no freaking idea if these colors are accurate or if what you're doing is accurate. People really need to stop. See? And in the other video, it looks like tennis shoes. And in this, because the stupid camera turned, the colorization program turned it brown, people think it's boots. This is something that some random person did. This is not something that LE did. This is this person or whoever just said, oh, this whole thing can be colorized. They're the ones that did that. This red pill memes person. See, so some random person went and put this in there, and now everyone is going to be like, oh my God, this is the exact colors this person was wearing. No, you should leave shit the hell alone, because now you're putting a freaking false perception out there. Okay, look at his lip. You see how the lip pops up? I mean, it might be kind of difficult for y'all to see, but this lip pops up right here. It has an angle right here, and then it goes down, and you can tell that over here is where it would restart up. His lip kind of does the same thing. His lip kind of does the same thing. And this is the guy that was arrested for the fake ransom in Los Angeles, I think it was. And they ended up letting him out on like a $20,000 bail. Yeah. Yeah, I really am talking about a lip, stupid, because that's what we're looking at. You don't like it, get the frick out my chat. Plain and simple. I know. That's why I'm like, people shouldn't even be messing with it. Exactly. That's why I don't really care whenever people are like, oh my God, Gray Hughes did something with some sort of daylight cover. I don't give a shit. He's doing whatever he wants to, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. People going in there and messing with colory stuff need to stop. People need to stop. This is crazy. They've had this this whole time. They've had this whole time. They see right here, this is where the camera was removed. See how it's gone? And there's the plants that he used, or they used, to move it, to take the camera off. That's what it seems like. Unless they didn't. And how did they get in the house? How did they get into the house? Was the freaking door unlocked? How did they get inside? And then her having a weapon. I mean, them having a weapon. You would think that like they would have came out and told the public this guy is armed and obviously dangerous because he done kidnapped an old lady at gunpoint. Like why wouldn't they just be honest? Unbelievable. Yeah, I want to know how he got in. You can't even see the eyebrows because of the mask, so I think that you'd be probably the stupid one. How tall is the guy they arrested? Let me go see if it says anything. I'll have to find that out. I'll do a video. I meant to do a video the other day of the documents because I have all the documents, all the charging documents from before he paid bail. So when I put that video out, I'll make sure that I get his booking information so that I can let you know how tall this guy is. It is a man's body build. But see, it's the lip is interesting. But I can't tell. I'm pretty positive that whatever they're putting on their face to make their upper lip dark is fake. Yeah, apparently all of the people that had been doing work over the past, I don't know how long they've gone back, they're all coming in and doing DNA. DNA. I'm not in the mood for fucktards today. You can go. Because that's where she was. She was at her daughter and son-in-law's house for dinner that day. And she Ubered over there. And then somebody brought her back. And I don't remember if they said that it was Annie or if it was Tomasio. Do you guys remember who they said it was at first? Was it Annie or Tomasio? Because then after they like gave some specifics, they backtracked. $5'10". Yeah, this guy looks shorter than that. That's just my opinion. His feet are smaller. Tomasio was the first one. Okay. Yeah, the press conference where they started talking about, see, and you heard it was Annie. That's what I mean. Like, it's been so back and forth. Because I swear that I've heard both too. I have heard both too. That's what I'm saying. And what's in the bag, bro? You're walking in there with a gun right there in the front of your body. Right there on the front of your body. And a backpack full of gear. Like, what? See, there's even like black underneath the bottom lip. It's got to be fake. It has to be Sharpie or those like really thin fake ones that they use for like TV and shit like that. I mean, it does look like he's sort of just like on the fly with it, doesn't it? Like not really prepared, just kind of going with the flow. Yeah, that backpack's full. Yeah, I don't even see eyebrows. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no actual eyebrows at all in this at all. The embroidery around the mask is so thick that it's giving off a shadow. This is all embroidery right here. You can see how thick the lining is. No. There's no way. The only thing that they can really see here is like I can sort of see like some of the eyelash thickness a little bit. The whites of the eyes look colored, which is so freaking weird. But there's no eyebrows in this. This is a very, very, very thick embroidery line around the eye thing. This is shadowing. This is either shadowing or it's picking up something that was placed on this person's face, just like the fakeness around the mouth. There's no eyebrows here. This is definitely shadowing from the big, thick embroidery on the mask itself. That lip goes up right there, bro. And then look at this person's eyeball over here, how dark. The whites of the eye don't even show up right here. Is that not freaky? Is that not freaky? That is so freaky. A guy like this comes into your house and they have a whole weapon. They never said. They never said. It could be those big contacts. That's what some people were saying. It's the pupils don't dilate to the entire eyeball. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like he's like ill prepared. Ill prepared. The guy that was arrested for the fake ransom is in a band, but was never around Tomasio. They found no connections between fake ransom guy and Annie's husband, except for the fact that they were both in some sort of rock band. They've never even found proof that their bands ever performed at the same place or that they have any other connections other than that, at least from what I can tell. At least from what I can tell. I don't know why they didn't just put this out already. It is a lot of gear. I've never heard anything about an argument at Annie's house ever. I know. But this person doesn't look like he knew the outlay. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to figure out how to remove the camera. That tells me that you weren't aware that that camera was there, that you were going to have to like deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, this looks like he's not prepared. Yeah. So I'm really curious now. Did this person go into this house thinking they were going to be able to like get in, steal some shit and get out, and then she woke up? I don't know. I mean, being middle class doesn't mean you're broke. So I don't know about that. They only live about 10 minutes away from here. Like, they only live about 10 minutes away from her. Yeah, I don't think she's alive anymore either. I think something probably happened like not long after. I don't know. Remember there was that FedEx driver, I think it was it FedEx or UPS or one of the two, and he ended up like hitting a little girl, or I think that's what the story was. He ended up hitting a little girl and then he ended up taking her, and she ended up like, he freaked out because he hit her. I think that's how the story went. And then he ended up taking off with her and she ended up dying later. Like, what if this idiot went in to rob a random house? Because this dude does not look prepared. He does not look like he knows what he's doing. Or at least it doesn't look like he's cased the place. It does not look like he cased the place. I feel like it's sort of like that other situation. He went in to do one thing and then shit changed. Yeah, why not just take her life instead of take her? Yeah. Yeah, her waking up on a robbery is more believable than a kidnapping for ransom. I believe that too. And we also have to remember that damn ransom, that didn't pop up and happen until someone at the press conference asked if there was a ransom and the world was told no. The world was told no. Then all of a sudden, oh, here comes a ransom to TMZ, and oh, here comes another one to KOLD, and oh, that's the one that's being looked at. So no ransom whatsoever until the world was aware there wasn't a ransom, and suddenly people were like, well, ransom kidnappings usually don't take this long for them to start requesting money. Yeah, Athena Strand, that's the one. So instantly, regardless, the ransom shit really wasn't really working for me, really, because who waits that long? Who waits that long? I can't tell if this person has just really shitty genetics with their facial hair or if they really used something to sort of cover up their face. I want to know how they got in. I need to know how they got in. I'm trying to see if I can go back and find the pictures of the oh, here's a new one. It's only 4. Open, you stupid thing. Here's one of them walking up. He walks up with his head down. I'm going to have to get all the clips and put them all together because it looks like they're just like throwing off pieces. See, this person's saying analyze the gait. I wouldn't, because he's probably not walking the way that he normally walks, because who the frick walks over hunched over like that if you actually don't have a hunchback? Nobody. Look, back here, his head's up. That's weird. It's like the flashlight is controlled by his mouth and it's just going back and forth. Like he walks up, then goes head down. Yeah, perfect spot for height reference. I don't think this guy's very tall. I don't think this guy's very tall. Somebody 6 foot. Somebody 6 foot would be like up here in the arch. This guy's still down here before it starts to twist. I don't think he's very tall. Wow. How did he get in? No, because see, that's what I'm wanting to know. I feel like the camera was taken by this person, and that's why they don't have that. No freaking way. Let me check it. I know that there was a woman last night. I don't. Gun holsters themselves are common. Gun holsters themselves are common. Oh, you're right. He's not on the step right here. His feet are still down on the grass. Yeah, but what is that? Like 2 or 3 inches? 2 inches, maybe 3 inches. I still don't feel like this guy's very tall. His feet are tiny. And I could be wrong. I just don't feel like this guy's more than maybe 5'8", 5'9" at the maximum. Why do you not have your outside porch light on, Miss Ma'am? Look, the light's off. Why do you not have your outside porch light on, Miss Ma'am? Maybe this person popped up in this house because none of the outside lights were on and he thought it was empty. Wowza. Did he put anything else out? Look at the whole thread. Yeah, that's definitely a smaller guy. So last night I was listening to Tucson. I know it's a restricted light area, but you can still have on your porch lights. What was I just about to say? Last night I was listening to the dispatch and I was posting about this over on Twitter because on dispatch in the Tucson area, my porch lights are on 24/7. My outside lights do not turn off. Yes. Why wouldn't you leave your porch light on at night? That way you can see if somebody comes up to your door because the lights are on. My lights are 24/7 and it don't cost that much either. A couple pennies a day. I don't give a damn. Because if I turn them off during the day, I'm not going to remember to turn them off at night. And I'm not playing games. I'm not playing games. Most of y'all know my situation. Why would I play a game? They stay on 24/7. I wouldn't turn them off because I have a life. And I can afford the electric bill. It's nothing to keep your lights on outside. It's called safety. Safety. I don't want a timer. This is wild. This is wild. Yeah, I'm wondering where the car is, if there is a vehicle, because I don't know how there couldn't be a vehicle, but they're trying to tell us that they don't have any tire marks outside. Crazy stuff. Yeah, my cameras are 24 hours too. They record 24, but only save clips for X amount of time once there's motion, but they record 24. Yeah, it's a flashlight. So, and it's going back and forth. Like it must be but then again, is it a flashlight or is it something that looks like a flashlight? Because it looks like he's turning it on and off with his mouth, with their mouth. In this one right here. And you know that they have those they have these like pacifier toys that have like neon lights and stuff in them that you can get from like arcade and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? I guess it could be one of those, or it could be, it could be a pin light. It would have to be something that didn't have too hard of like a pressure that needed to be put into the on and off button, because he's doing it with his mouth right here. See, he's looking up. They're looking up as they walk over, and then turning on the light as they look down. It's like he realized, oh shit, it's going to see my face, turned it on before he looked down, and then as soon as he looked down, he turned it off. Such odd behavior. See, yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people are questioning the blood, because if it came from like an injury to like her face or something like that, you'd think that they would have told us by now that there was like saliva or mucus or something mixed in with the blood that they found. All they told us so far is that they rush tested it and it is her DNA, her blood. I don't think it's premeditated, because look how stupid this person looks. Like he had no idea the camera was there. He's seeing it last minute, putting his head down, freaking out that it's there. I don't feel like this is something that was orchestrated ahead of time. This guy looks clueless. This guy looks clueless. He would have had what he needed in order to remove the camera without going around to the yard and grabbing a bunch of grass. In Tucson, it's desert area. It might be colder than one would assume at night. I don't know what the temperature was that night though. Desert areas get a lot colder at night than you would think because of how hot they are during the day. Something about the heat coming up. It is all very weird. Premeditated but poorly planned. I mean, maybe, but the simplest plan would be to know if there's a freaking camera on the front door. I agree that the dressing is interesting, because it does look like this person was dressed to do like no good. But to be so ill prepared that you don't even understand that there's a camera in the front and you're looking around for grass? Like, I don't know. I think maybe he's a robber and he was just looking for a house to rob. They were looking for a house to rob and shit went wrong. It's 70 miles from the border, yeah. Yeah, I feel like this is an amateur. Maybe premeditated, maybe somebody. No, this would be right-handed. Look at the way that the gun is on his front. You would have to grab that with your right hand. You have to remember you're looking at this like a mirror image, because it's video. Any other robberies in the area? I mean, probably if you listen to their dispatch, it's crazy. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. I don't even think I finished my freaking thought. I was listening to the Tucson dispatch and shit last night, and there was an older elderly woman with a head injury found at the Circle K with like a bleeding head injury, and she had to be taken to the hospital. And like a whole bunch of people were commenting like on the live feed on the YouTube channel for the Tucson scanner about hearing it, and then it made its way to the Facebook groups. It's made its way over to Twitter, and I was in there listening to it, and I was like, holy shit. So I started listening to like all of it to see if they were going to say anything else, and then it went to like a U-Haul being wrecked and these guys being on foot and being like running off and them trying to catch them. There's been a lot going on here. The backpack looks heavy. It does. I don't understand why take her, especially if she wasn't as mobile, because that means like you've got more work to do to take this person out of there. The door thing, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I don't understand. They're not telling us anything about how the frick this person got in the house. Not telling us anything about that at all. Now, I know most of you guys are here for my true crime channel, so I'm going to drop a link in the chat for my secondary channel where I've been doing video coverage of this case, because there's 790 something people watching the stream, but only 29 watching on my second channel. And that's what I'm trying to get going on that side for different cases, like more high profile celebrity based cases, because this is technically the mother of a celebrity, in my opinion, because Savannah has been on, you know, news in people's faces for freaking ever. And I'm moving my David and Celeste coverage over here. We're going to be talking about the Epstein files over here, all the celebrity stuff over here. And yeah, this is where I want to start talking about that kind of stuff. And I want to keep them separate. So y'all don't forget to sub to the secondary channel so that you guys get the notifications for that too, so that these become a little bit more even. But yeah, this is wild to me. This is super cray-cray. I can't believe that they would have, and how, man, that's another thing. How calm is Savannah when it comes to the videos that she put out? How calm is she? Knowing that this is the person who came and took your 85 almost year old mother out of the home, fully masked up, fully gloved up, fully in all kinds of gear that covers up the color of their skin and like almost everything. And you're kind of calm. I mean, I know you've been in front of the camera for a long time, but you're not supposed to be an actor. You're supposed to be somebody who's been out here giving us news. How can you be so calm? She might be in shock, but a week worth of shock? I don't think it would last that long in this kind of situation. And honestly, I know people are doing behavior reactions, but I don't really care about what any of those people try to say, because the FBI gave them the scripts. The FBI gave them the scripts. So their behavior don't really mean a lot to me. The FBI walked into Ann's house or wherever they were, whenever they did the video with their tripods and all these things. FBI helped them write that script. No, there's no memberships for my secondary channel. I don't think I turned any of that stuff on. That's wild. So there is an actual bandmate that's being discussed that has nothing to do with the fake guy. Why is that not shocking? Also have to remember yesterday. Yeah, calling her mommy when they're like old as shit is a bit odd. I will admit that. I've not called my parents that way since I was a child. I don't know. But then again, some people were also saying that they might be saying certain words that the ransom note told them to say, or doing certain things that the ransom note told them to do. What's that on his waist? Like, you need to ask that question. I can't stand clickbait dumbasses. That should have said, holy shit, there's a gun on his waist. Not, what is this on his waist? Just to get a conversation. I really just can't stand people, but I'm sure most of you guys know that by now. Yeah, there's lights and stuff back here. This porch light could have definitely been on. I don't know why they build houses in Arizona with porch lights if you can't have porch lights on. And there's sensors and other things out there. Like I know that some of the motion sensors are different and there is light ordinances out there, but not be able to protect yourself in certain ways. But I know that for a fact, a lot of the neighbors came out and said that they don't put motion sensors like all over the place because of all the animals and that it would just constantly be going off and off and off and off and off, which I completely understand. We'll be going over the Scott interview. That's the co-owner of the 1122 house probably tomorrow, because I noticed that Connor just put it out this morning and I like to give it at least like 24 hours. Plus my goal for the end of the day is to get my damn Dana and Ethan video out about the blood spatter expert reports. And that's what I've been working on all morning. Like I did the little video about Ashley Banfield that took me 45 minutes tops. And then this happened. But other than like in between, I've been working on that. Probably no polygraphs. I know somebody was calling for them to do polygraphs. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to see like maybe like what their reactions would be, but at the end of the day, they're not admissible in court and they don't really mean a lot of anything. It is an interesting face, isn't it? I really think that it's like some sort of marker. On the mustache area. Yeah, this is wild to me. The truth is probably the exact opposite of anything Nancy Disgrace says. Yeah, for sure. She's a psycho. Masked up, gloved up, armed down, pants down, gun in front. Crazy. It's like neither. It looks like they took something to like fill in their skin color around their lips so that it wasn't noticeable. So we honestly don't even know if it's black. It could be a different color just to throw shit off. It might not even be a black marker, or it might not even be black color. It might be something completely different. Those do look like nitrile gloves over another glove. Yeah, it does look like they were not very well aware whatsoever that there was a camera with the way that they're moving around. See, it says including the removal of recording devices. So I'm just going to assume that this portion is when they took it off. And they probably took off with it. It sucks that they don't have GPS systems in them, but I'm pretty sure that he just destroyed it. No one has said anything about how the person got inside. No one has said a word about how this person got inside. Let me see if I can pull back up the photos of the front door. I'll put the video back on for y'all to watch while I'm doing that, so I can re-show y'all the front door. I want the one that shows the Amazon package, but it might have been a video. Oh, right here. No, that's all crap. Hold on. Well, I'll just show y'all this anyway. Okay. You see right here, this Amazon package? This is the blood. There's flowery stuff. I know it's kind of like blurry, but anyone who orders Amazon knows that this is an Amazon package. Everyone who orders Amazon knows that this white and blue right here, this is an Amazon package. We do not see that package there, here. So it would have been dropped off after the fact, which is sort of what people figured. But see this right here? This is the camera. I don't see anything about forced entry. This thin metal is so easy to put like a butter knife in the seam right here and pop it. I don't know about getting like this whole piece done and having the door actually like open all the way, but to bend the shit out of this thing is so easy. They're so thin. So I don't know. I don't see broken glass. I don't see anything in the window. They're not saying that there's any forced entry. And look, the door looks fine. Look at the door. There should be a timestamp and a recording on the Amazon truck, yeah, for the timing. But look, the door looks pristine. You can barely see just a little bit of the blood and the plant matter down here on the ground. And this door looks like nothing happened to it. How did this person get inside? And see, this is the other light. This is one of the floodlights. It's all squished up. Like I was describing this to my son and I said, it looks like somebody like rammed it, like either tried to like beat it, like took something and like beat it into the wall itself to try to break it, or they like pulled it at a certain angle. But the way that I know that these are supposed to work is this motion piece should be towards like either the very bottom or the very top up here. And then these two go off on the sides, either like usually like facing outwards or facing like a little bit down and out. And see how the blood just looks odd? The blood just looks odd. I don't even know what to think. I mean, like, I'm glad that they finally released some new information, but this just makes me like so much more confused. And again, Tucson. Again, no ransom went out for this woman until after the press conference. It is wild, Sarah. Until after the press conference where news reporters asked if there was any sort of ransom situation. And they were told no. A handful of hours later, here comes TMZ. Not just TMZ, KOLD also. And also the fake guy. Now, the fake guy was sending text messages, apparently. So I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over that paperwork. I'll get a video out about that probably either later today or tomorrow, but I'm going to finish my Xana and Ethan video before I do that. That's the only reason why that document video is not out yet. How insane. See, this one right here is where I'm telling you, like, this person did not know. Or at least they're acting like they didn't know that there was a camera. You walk up with your head up, see the camera, put your head down, go into your defense of turning on the flashlight to hide your face, and then turn it off the second your head is down. I mean, I'm sure the person's going to be pissed, but maybe they don't believe that she's alive anymore, so they just don't care. And they're just going to go ham. I don't know. This would have been in the 2:00 hour. Yeah, the fake ransom was to Annie and Tomasio. I'm pretty positive, yeah. I've got all 3 pages of the charging document. We'll go over it soon here. They're saying as of this morning, they have this. Bullshit. Bullshit. And just with a weapon, bro. They never said a word about there being a weapon. Oh, yeah, they've been had this. They can lie all they want to. And that's part 2. TMZ was the first one. TM freaking Z, Mr. Harvey Levine in the freaking Epstein files gets the damn ransom note. Like, come on. Come on. Yeah, the first 72 are definitely the most important. That's another reason why everyone's like, why would this be a ransom situation if they waited 3 days or so? Like, wasn't it like past 3 days, like almost onto the 4th actual day before anyone got a message? And then right after TMZ, KOLD got a message. Now, the FBI came out in the press conference after we found out about these ransom notes and admitted that the one that TMZ got is the one that they were actually looking into while they announced the fact that Home Dude was arrested for the fake shit. So at that point, we had the fake text messages, we had the TMZ note, and we had the KOLD note. Well, KOLD ended up getting another note. I don't think TMZ got a second one. I could be wrong on that, but KOLD did get a second one. And they, like, in the notes, that I don't know why they won't, like, read it out loud. Let me look and see if anyone's had the freaking balls to put the damn letters out. Like, at this point, why are you not letting out the ransom notes? I don't understand why they're not reading out the ransom note at this point. I'm looking on my feed. A lot of people are saying it looks like woman's eyes. Oh my God. Is this what y'all were talking about?
Driveway. Where exactly this person's parked? Where exactly? It's a circle driveway. Where exactly this person's parked is clear. It's clearly not at the bottom of the walkway down the driveway. It's kind of stuck out to me because I thought, that would be clearly a piece of evidence that officers would love to have what kind of car we're looking for, right?
Due to a variety of factors, including
speaking to
of these recording devices. The video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems.
So this guy's a dumb shit. So JLR's bitch ass ordered a pizza to the address, and the driver is so effing stupid that he sees crime scene tape and he sees cameras and still walks up to the door of the house. I wish my camera was on right now so y'all could see my damn face. What? A viewer ordered it for him. Okay, well, he's still a punk, so I'll say that. But secondary, this delivery person is a dumb shit. This delivery person is a stupid idiot. How do you see all those cameras and you just walk up to the freaking front door? How are you a delivery driver in this area and you don't know what the hell is going on and you walk up to the door? And no one stopped him. No media stopped him. No cops stopped him. They just let this dude walk up there. Well, look what happened the other day. Brian Inton walks right up on the porch and gets real close to the freaking blood. Just walks right up on the porch. No one stopped this fool from just walking up to the house. How dumb you gotta be. You live in this area. You live in this area. And you're gonna sit there and pretend like you don't know what's happening. Oh my God. People are looking at the lips. What is the deal with this person's mouth area? All the questions. A pizza delivery man just showed up to Nancy Guthrie's house and was able to walk up to the front door without the deputies out front noticing. Unbelievable. I mean, it's nice that somebody ordered a pizza for JLR, so it's not his fault, even though I can't stand his ass. I'll say it's not his fault. But how do you just not stop anybody? Unbelievable. It's on everyone. The delivery driver is a dumb shit, and everyone out there is dumb shits. Everyone's dumb shits. Damn. Dumb shits everywhere. You get a dumb shit, you get a dumb shit, you get a dumb shit, everyone gets dumb shits. Oh, now we've got information coming out about Kurt Cobain. Can we not with all the extra bullshit? My brain can only take so much. Today on TMZ Live, the person who wrote Nancy Guthrie's ransom note is not mincing words. Sure, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. And that's another thing. Anybody find it strange that the family is not offering a any sort of reward? That it's the FBI and the police. I think the police one is like $2,500 and the FBI's is like $50K. Like right here, it says that it's $50K. How come Miss worth $40 million living in a $1.something million house isn't putting up any sort of money for her mother? See, look, even this person's like, is that a boxing glove? It's really difficult to tell. It just looks like they just have a whole bunch of different gloves on it. Geared up head to toe, fully backpacked, no visible labels on clothes or defining features other than what looks like layers of clothes to make him seem bigger. Does look like that. Yeah, I don't believe it's Tommaso either. Those are some distinct eyeballs, bro. Let me do what I was going to do and make this bigger over on Canva real quick. Was it Nancy's husband that's listed in the Epstein paperwork, or is it Savannah's husband? Because I'm pretty sure that the way that I understood it was that it was Savannah's husband that was mentioned in the Epstein docs. But then again, that's just like with the Ashley Banfield stuff. I was made aware of it and just bookmarked it so that I could go back later and do what I needed to do, which is the actual research. Okay, so here's these eyeballs. Can I make this part bigger? Sure can. Ooh. Do that again. So here's the eyes. Savannah did interview the survivors about 6 months ago? There was a whole bunch of them all together. On top of that, Savannah did this damn homecoming episode 3 months ago or 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And her mom and Annie are in it. I don't know if she shows her house or anything like that. No, they're not eyebrows. That's what I've been saying. They're not. That's what I've been saying the whole time. It's not eyebrows. This is very, very, very thick embroidery. I can mess with this one now that it's over here. Okay. Is it going to mark? Okay. So this all right here is the outside embroidery line of this. The beginning, it goes all the way out here, guys. Like this is all embroidery right here. It gets thicker as it goes out to the edging. See, this is the shape of this. This is not eyebrows. That's what I was trying to tell that stupid moron that was in here that obviously came from my other channel that wasn't yet blocked on this one for being a stupid little loser, talking about eyebrows and dumb shit. This is embroidery. This is embroidery. There's no eyebrows. You can't see the eyebrows in this. That's embroidery shadowing. Now, could the person have used the same weird shit that they used on their mouth? Like on the top and the bottom? Maybe. To like make this darker, but this just looks like shadowing on embroidery. That's all this looks like. And the eyes go all the way, start all the way down here. And it's just so dark around the whites. The whites of the eyes are so dark. And honestly, when you look at it this way, their eyes look smaller. Their eyes are like tiny kind of compared to the holes. They kind of go like this. And then there's where the embroidery starts. And then we have the eye line here. That's the tear duct, and then it goes into the eye. I don't see eyeliner. I don't want to reverse the color because it's not accurate, and people doing that honestly need to stop because they are putting colored pictures all over Twitter now, and there's no telling if the pictures are correct or not. We don't know what we don't know the programming being used, and the one that's out there has all of the lip area up here red like lipstick. The profile for the nose. It is interesting. Yeah, I'd like to see how much it like pokes out this way. Let's see. Hold on, I'm going to get it up here. Yeah, I'm pretty positive this is a man. I don't think this is a woman at all. I think this is a male. Okay. So it's a little bit blurry because I had to make it bigger. So this is where the embroidery of the mask is. You can see with the white. The nose line, oh, that's too far out. The nose line is like right here. So now if we take the picture out, see, you can see it. It's not very big. Is there a different picture? Because I'd have to like do something on the video and stop it to do more on that part. I just am like, oh. Okay, so this is what some of you guys were just telling me about. The bandmate named Dominic Aaron Lee Evans. Okay, so this is a theory. Let me preface this. This is a theory that some people seem to have when it comes to this man named Dominic Aaron Lee Evans. I'm going to read this to you guys. I'll probably go ahead and jump off of here in just a minute. I think we're pretty much going to be done with everything important, at least when it comes to new information. But this is a theory that y'all were talking about. Y'all notice a name in this, guys? Goncalves? Goncalves? Interesting, isn't it? We got another one. Got another one. I noticed this yesterday. I was like, not a Goncalves. What? Not a Goncalves. What? Okay. So let's read this. This is a post from Texas Girl on Twitter, and we're going to go over it because some of you guys were talking about this person a second ago. Let's talk about Dominic Aaron Lee Evans. Holy shit, you know he's guilty because of his name. They all got 20 names. Okay. The longtime friend and former bandmate of Tommaso Cione. I'm probably not saying that last name right whatsoever. Annie Guthrie's husband, Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. Dominic is a Tucson musician and founding drummer of the indie post-punk band Early Black, formed in 2007 with Tommaso on bass vocals and Walter Goncalves Jr. on guitar vocals. The band was active for years, and sources say Dominic and Tommaso remain good friends to this day. Public records in Pima County, Tucson show Dominic has a criminal history, including cases/arrest for felony burglary, robbery, embezzlement, and DUI. This is the most important piece. This, to me, is the second. Now, with the nude Nest Doorbell photo showing a masked intruder who many say bears a striking resemblance to Dominic, his eyes, eyebrows, goatee, no. We're not going to do that. You can't see eyebrows. To me, you can't see eyebrows, but possibly him, very possibly him. People are saying it does have a striking resemblance and his close friendship with the son-in-law giving potential access knowledge to the home. But Home Dude didn't seem to know that there was a camera. So I'll say that. So what do you guys think? No, the gun, the way that the gun is on this person, you have to remember what you're looking at is a mirror image. It's a mirror image. So you have to remember that it's like right-handed. The gun would be right-handed. Be right-handed. No, I will not pronounce it right. I just said that I'm probably not going to pronounce it right. And what you just said isn't going to help me pronounce it because what the frick is that? I said it how I said it. Yeah, I just can't tell. Like, I'd like to see the way that this person's pattern is. Because over here on this side, there's like a little bit not growing right here. And you know what's crazy is that it looks like there's a little tiny scar on this person's lip right on the same spot. That's wild. The eye shape isn't the same. But then again, this person is looking a different angle. This person is looking like the photo of the person and the photo of the person in the mask. The eyes are looking at a different angle. So that also could be why the eye shape looks a little bit different. They're looking in different ways. Looking at different ways. I don't know yet. I have to look at the charging record for the other guy, but I don't know how tall this person is. I have no idea. They do look a little thinner. It's just hard to tell. Yeah, I don't think it's too far-fetched to rule him out completely. But I would say that I understand why people think that it's possible that he's involved. The only similarity that I'm seeing is like in the spot. Like there's a tiny spot right here that doesn't have a bunch of black right above the lip, and there's like almost like a scarring on this spot that looks like it could be similar, but they're too blurry to be able to tell anything accurate. So I don't know. But that's the thing, like, is this guy a bad guy? Like, I mean, obviously he's a bad guy. He's got charges, but how old are the charges? Are they like from 20 years ago? Is he recently like into drugs and needing money? Is he desperate? Like, what's his story? This one looks more clear. Or maybe not. It does look more clear. Does look a little bit more clear. Interesting. Now, someone said something about how it doesn't look like there's a backpack on in one of the other photos. Let me go to Patel's real quick. FBI Patel. What was his last name? This guy's such a loser. After he said that Epstein wasn't like guilty of doing anything, and then everything comes out and they're still trying to say that Epstein didn't do anything, like Patel and all of them can kiss my fat ass. All right. There's one of them where someone says it doesn't look like there's a backpack. So let's go look. Like they're right. Oh. That does look like the backpack straps are missing now, doesn't it? It looks like the straps are missing. Yeah, there's no gun in the front. This has got to be a second person. This has to be a whole different human. Yeah, no gun, no backpack straps. Backpack straps, gun. So what did they do? Walk around for a little while first? But that still is like, okay, well, if you were right there and you saw that damn camera, or is this after? Is this after? No, the gun wasn't under the shirt. It's right there in the open. Is this after they've walked out and he's like, oh shit, let me go get the camera? So this is either a completely separate instance, either right before they go up with the fuckery or right after it's all over, or it's a second person. I've personally never seen a gun carried like that in the front. And I'm a Texan. We walk around with them at Kroger and Walmart. I've never seen one in the front like that. I mean, I'm sure people got a preference. I've seen the vest holders, and I've seen side hip holders. I've never seen one in the front like that. Yeah, it very well could be the same person. It looks like it could be the same person, but when was this? Was this before and they didn't notice the camera and then showed back up and was like, oh shit, I didn't notice the camera? Or is this after they've done taken that poor woman out of here? And now they've turned around after they done took their backpack off and for some reason took off their weapon and then came back to grab it? The shoes don't look as bright, do they? Let's go back. Let's look at that. See, with the backpack on, this is the gun right here, guys. This is in the front. And look as the person is walking up. It's in the front. See, you can see the backpack straps. You can see it in the front. Do the pants look darker on the other person? See, you can see the shoe color here in this one. Where'd the other one just go? Yeah, you can see the shoe color in that one. You can't see the shoe color in the other one. But remember, there is a backpack, so they could have changed. Or maybe they're moving faster right here, so their feet look blurry, because that's possible too. This might be after they've come out the house, done whatever they had to do with Nancy, and then like went back to grab the camera. This could be where the camera was removed. I wish they had. I don't know why they don't have timestamps. I don't know why they would not have timestamps. They walk up from this angle. See the angle they came? Does it show them walking over the thing on the grass? Yep. So they came from that side. Let me pull this up. Where do I have this address listed? I have this address written down somewhere. Because I want to pull up Google Maps. It's probably in the charging document. I have it written down in here somewhere. I've only seen it once because I haven't really been paying attention to the name of it. I just know that it's in the foothills area. I'll find that later and put something out that shows like the direction that this person might have been coming from, but we really don't know. They could just be coming from like around the house. But they come from that direction towards the thing. And then head down. See, this tells me that whatever the other thing is has to be after the fact, because you wouldn't have been right in front of that camera, not noticed it, and then like you come back again and suddenly you're noticing it. For the people that aren't hearing me, it's probably because you're at the beginning when my thingy was off. But it's fine now. Yeah, the video also doesn't have audio. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. This, to me, feels like this would be after the fact. This feels like this would be after the fact. After the person's done left, and now they're coming back to take the camera. That's what it seems like. It could be a second person, but I really feel like it's the same person, and it's just like after. You wouldn't have scoped out this camera and then showed back up, geared up with your weapon and your backpack, and then had that reaction to the camera like it was a shock to you. You know what I mean? It's not covered in the pic. You can tell because it would have been hanging past his crotch. See it? It goes past it. It goes down his leg. See how far down it goes? You would see it if it was underneath. It's not. See how far down it goes? And see, my cameras have audio. I don't know why these don't have audio. I guess Nest doesn't have audio, which isn't very safe. Now, what I want to know, because we know that they're not being honest with us, is if they have some sort of inkling that maybe she was shot. Because could the blood be coming from a wound like that? I mean, the gloves just look black. I don't know. If this was closer to the camera where the image was better, it'd be easier to tell. It looks a lot darker in the back of this person. See how here, like you can still see like a little bit of the tree line in the back of the video? Like you can see shadowing when he's walking up. See how you can still make out like the tree line back here? This one's so dark you can't. It might just be the way that they took it. I don't know. That's wild to me. That's wild. And why would you have a backpack on with reflective gear on it? Does he know that he's lighting up like that? Because that's some shiny shit up on them shoulders. And look how bright this one looks. Look how bright this still looks. You can see the cactus even popping up in the back. Crazy. Yeah, this is a questioning image. This is a questioning image. Yeah, same outfit, but no gun and no backpack. The SD card would have been with the camera that he took. This would have been them getting residual information from the system itself, like from the Nest servers. Which again is odd because she didn't have a subscription. So they must only hold like a certain amount. I think somebody put in the chat earlier how much they hold like with the free plan. Okay, but you don't wear reflective gear when you're wanting to go and rob a place or kidnap someone. You don't wear reflective gear. The address is in the chat. Oh God, where is it? Oh, Bazinga. Okay. Let me pull this up on the map. North Escalante. Okay. Okay. So this is the back area. The front door would be towards this spot, like this way. So the person, yeah, because there's her walkway. See the walkway right here? So they walked like here, but that doesn't mean that they came from this driveway or that they came from here. They could have come from like behind the house and walked around. But we know that it was like that the person walked like that. Let me go on ground quick. I just don't want y'all to see the rest of the addresses that might pop up because y'all might see my location. And that ain't your business. So let me see if they show anything on the street. Not really. Not really. Am I in the right spot? Go back one more time. Because I know that I went like right in front of the house. Like there's so much trees and stuff like in the front that you really can't see the house itself. Yeah. See? The house is very covered with stuff everywhere. Like it's all of it is like that on the map anyway. I know there's people like out front itself, and we just saw like all the houses are like this. This is her driveway, I believe, right here. Yeah. Now we know there's people in front of the house. And even in those, like you can really not see much of the house. You really can't see much of the house. So this person, like, even not all the way masked up, probably could have gotten around the house without being noticed because there's a lot of coverage, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, let's talk about that timeline. Let's talk about that damn timeline. So they said, let me go back to my post. Because the inside of the timing of them being inside the house is interesting. So 5:32, she goes to her daughter's house via an Uber. Then at 9:48, they're claiming that she got dropped off because the garage door opens, and then it closes again at 9:50. But is that the only thing that they're going off of? Or are they going off of what Annie and her husband are saying? Because this being opened and closing again does not mean inside the house. This means somebody opened the garage door and then closed the garage door. This does not mean they went inside. So then at 1:47, the doorbell camera disconnects. So that's why I'm going to assume, see, that's why this is so like difficult. It's really odd for me to believe that this person in all of this gear showed up and looked at the camera with no gear on and then shows up looking shocked and surprised after the fact when they see the camera. So is this the 1:47 time frame or what's going on? I don't know. This is like it feels backwards to me. 1:47, the doorbell disconnects. At 2:12, the software detects a person, but there's no video available. And they said because she didn't have a subscription, they couldn't even figure out like the location in which the motion was coming from. So then at 2:28 is when her Pacemaker app and her pacemaker no longer are communicating with each other. There is a very low frequency Bluetooth signal that comes out of the pacemaker that goes to the app. So at 2:28 is when I'm like, okay, her Bluetooth is now out of range. It's out of range. Anybody who uses Bluetooth with speakers or anything like that knows you have to be within like a certain amount of feet for it to connect correctly, or it's going to disconnect. It's going to be like staticky. I've had those issues. You have to be within a certain range. So at 2:28, if it disconnects, that means like at that portion of time, she is at that moment out of range. So at 1:47, if the doorbell disconnected, and then at 2:28 she goes out of range, that's between 40 and 45 minutes of this person being in the house. Now, could this be a second person? Very possibly. Where are they at, Jasmine? Because right now I'm getting all of the ones from the FBI. These are the FBI. So if there's more, please let me know where. But we've gone through everything that Kash Patel's posted. That's 40 to 45 minutes of this person being in the house. They would have to technically be going by both, I'm guessing. They would have to be going by whatever motion that they're getting, and also the pacemaker disconnecting, because her devices were left in her home. So if your device is disconnecting from your Bluetooth signal at 2:28, to me, that's like when she was probably brought outside of the house. I assume. If the device was left inside of her home. Because that's what they're telling us. But this garage door opening doesn't really mean a lot to me. And I mean, I understand people use like side doors and stuff like that. So maybe she leaves her garage door that leads into her home completely unlocked because she has access to like remotely handle her garage. So maybe she feels safe doing it that way. Let me refresh his feed, but I don't think that they've released any other ones. Like anything else coming out, if it's not from the feds or like from an official source, then I'm not going to bother with it. Because I don't know if it's orchestrated or not. AI is too good now. And honestly, with these images, people are going to end up probably doing some dumb shit. Now that we have video, someone's going to end up doing some stupid shit. I just feel it. This face here is just very strange. Can I make this bigger? No, it just pops back. The face is just different. I don't know. Something's going on there. I'm guessing it's like a remote or maybe even an app on her phone that opens and closes the garage. I think some people have buttons. They already did a fake video? Oh my, I hate humans. Jesus Christ, I hate humans. I really do. Jesus. Insane. Yeah, these are crazy. Yeah, she either had a code, she either had a remote, or it was an app on her phone. They haven't said anything. They haven't said. Just like they're not telling us. They're not telling us how the person got inside. Okay, that's not a source. Are they from the feds? Yeah, that's where I'm looking at. That's where this is. This is Kash Patel's page. So where else are y'all saying that they have stuff if not coming from Kash Patel? See, now here's people doing reverse. See? This is fake AI stupidity. This is fake AI stupidity. This is not real. This is AI. This is somebody being a loser, giving people a false perception of what to look at. And now people are going to see this stuff and be like, oh my God, that's legit. No, it's somebody using an AI program. Somebody using an AI program. No, we've already looked through all that stuff. We looked through the 20-something second video. I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. I went live. I announced this live 1 minute after Pima County posted these photos. We've been live for a hot minute. We've looked at everything that they've released when it comes to official information. Here's the FBI page. Oh! Here's one. Sign in to confirm I'm not a bot. You can kiss my fat ass. That's for sure. I'll just go to their YouTube page. What's wrong with y'all? I didn't know the FBI had a YouTube page. So let's see. Here's a back end one. They just showed the guy's back on that other one. Where's it at? Okay, it's going to switch in a second. Oh, no, it's the same one. This isn't new. Yeah, no, guys, these are the same ones we already watched. We watched all of them at like almost 2 hours ago now at this point. Yeah, no, I didn't know they had a Fed page. It makes it easier to look at because they're bigger. Is that all they have on here? When it comes to her. These should have more views. That's crazy. These should have thousands of views already. All right, I guess it's not really that much bigger. It's about the same. Oh, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't think I have those turned on my second channel, so those will go over to my True Crime channel. I'm pretty positive. This is the first time I've done like a dual stream, I think. I don't think I've done it like this before. So I'm not really quite sure how all that stuff works. Yeah, all of the stuff that they released, we've been going over it for like an hour and 45 minutes now. Run, hide, fight, open spaces, something on their FBI page. Yeah, so if you want to look at the FBI official page website, there's that one right there. I don't have anything on the screen right now, guys. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, we've been looking at all of these for hours. They haven't released anything new since we went live. Yeah. That's all it. Yeah, we've seen all of it. So this is the brother. This is the son-in-law. This is Annie's husband. This is the one that a lot of people think might be involved. I don't know. I don't think his build is the same. I don't know. I don't know. See, now this guy is apparently an intruder. This came from Nerdy Addicts. Let me read this while this plays. Is there sound? There's a little bit of sound. I'll play it muted while I'm reading this. So it says Pima County Sheriff's Department tells TMZ that in early January, an elderly man reported spotting a trespasser at his Tucson home less than 10 minutes from 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie's house. Investigators are now examining whether the incident that is connected or not. Unrelated to that, in December, Pima County authorities were also searching for a man seen peering into apartment windows about 23 minutes from Nancy Guthrie's home. Well, there's just freaks everywhere, honestly. Okay, so let's make this video bigger because, oh my God, he's wearing Amazon delivery colors. That's crazy. Okay, there's audio here, so let me unmute it. Check out the shoes. Why is this idiot wearing a reflective shirt? All these people are stupid. He got a fat head. Didn't y'all say the other guy looked like he had a fat neck? This guy got a fat neck. Now, see here, the shoes are black. See, that's why it's important to know like what the camera is doing. Because over here, where'd it go? The shoes don't look black. They look like they might be white with black design. Unless this is a different time frame, but the dude's wearing the same kind of shirt. We get over here and the shoes are completely black. See that? See? Got to be careful whenever people are going in here and uncovering and uncoloring things they shouldn't be, because we don't know really what the hell's going on. He has an earbud in. He's trying to take pictures of inside the people's windows to see if they're home. I don't know. I just said it looks like an Amazon shirt because it's the same colors as the Amazon package that was left. That's interesting. Yeah, this is just weird to me. I don't know if the backpackless and gunless one is before or after. I don't know why they couldn't give us timestamps. That was an immediate defensive reaction. Head down, light on. This guy looks smaller than the other guy. They never told us if anything was missing from inside the house. No. This guy looks smaller than the other guy. See, I'm telling you right here, had to have been, I don't even know. Oh my God. Why would you look at the camera before you disconnect the camera? And then the second time you look at the camera, before you actually disconnect the camera, look surprised that you see a camera. That just doesn't work for me. So I guess and they could be wearing the same clothes. They could purposely be wearing the exact same clothes. One looks a bit taller. That's possible. It could definitely be two different people wearing the exact same outfits to freaking confuse people. Because I'm telling you, if this is before the camera was disconnected, you would not look so freaking shocked and surprised when you see the camera to the point to where you put your head down and turn on a light because you didn't know that it was there. You would have walked up. You would have walked up with your head already down and that light already on before you even got to the threshold or even got off the grass, because you would have been prepared for that. And this just looks like somebody who's about to come up and rip a camera off. No gun, no backpack. They didn't know. I mean, we don't know. They haven't been honest with us about any of that. They haven't been honest with us about any of that. They didn't even want to be honest with us about the blood in the front. They didn't say a word about it until Brian Enton saw it and then came out and was like, oh shit, look at this, you know, because they let him get right up on the damn porch of an active crime scene. Because it's down here where the blood is and the plant matter. Crazy stuff. Well, not just that. I want to know how her pacemaker thing works. I want to know how the pacemaker thing works, because if it goes out of range or like suddenly stops working, is there no alert to the doctor, to family members, to an emergency contact or anything like that? You would think that's how it would work. And the family would have been notified, holy shit, mom's pacemaker isn't communicating anymore. And they would have ran their asses over there while calling the cops in case they needed a freaking ambulance. That's how it would have worked to me. Or they're looking for something they dropped, very possible. But at this point, the camera is still on there because it captured the image. So even after all of this kerfufflery, he left the camera on, had to go back and get it. I don't know. That's just my brain working. That's just how my brain is working. I feel like if you look at the camera first, before you've geared up with your gun and geared up with your backpack, when you come walking around the side, you're already prepared for there to be a camera. So your head would already be down. The flashlight would already be on. You wouldn't be like a shock, surprise, holy shit, instant reaction. It would be something that looked more prepared. They released the scene the very day, pretty much. And then they like had it overnight. The parents had it overnight. Not parents. The family had it overnight. I don't know, guys. Pacemaker is connected to the consultant's office. That's what you would assume. But maybe because, see, but the offices are closed on Sunday, but there would still be a company of like customer service people that would be aware. You know what I mean? Because she was expected at a friend's house. That's another thing that they completely lied to us about. They completely lied to us about the church situation. They had a pastor from the Tucson church, from the church website. We looked all this stuff up yesterday in the live, and we were live for the ransom over here on this channel, not the big channel, on this channel. We were live for the ransom countdown, and we went over all that. I went to, your comments are right here on the screen. What do you mean? Like, here's you, and here's your comment. What do you mean? I see it. You probably can't see it very well because the words are in the way. But they said that she hasn't walked into a church since the pandemic, and it wasn't a Tucson church that she would go to. She would go to her friend's house. It was a group of friends, and they would watch the streaming service on the YouTube channel. I posted that yesterday too. The service that she missed, I found it and I posted it, for her daughter's church in New York. So the preacher dude, or whatever they call it, for the church that she went to in Tucson, came out, did a whole interview talking about how she'd been a part of that church for like 30 something years. And that wasn't even who she was watching. So everybody was focusing on this 10:45 a.m. start time for this local church stream. And it wasn't even true. She was actually looking at a New York church that would have started like in a whole different time zone. So I don't know what service over there she was supposed to be watching. I don't know what time she was actually supposed to be over at her friend's house. We just know when the like 911 call apparently came in. But then again, we've been told all kinds of back and forth information about that too, because apparently Savannah Guthrie, well, not even apparently. Let me go ahead and try to pull up the actual like thing that Mark Kelly actually posted, because he made a social media freaking post about it, or someone in his office made a social media post about it. And he said that he is the one who called the police. Let me scroll his page here and see if I can find it. Come on, where's it at? Well, there's stuff about him going and talking to the sheriff. Oh, where's it at? He's talking about it again on his page. I'm going to have to go find the interview. But he did an interview, and it was posted on social media, that Savannah Guthrie contacted him, and that he is the one who contacted the sheriff's department. And I'm really wondering if that's how it really went down without her family actually calling 911, because we've only gotten a snippet of the dispatch that talks about her medical problems. We haven't gotten the actual, like, oh my God, my mom is missing and there's blood on the front porch call, like we should have gotten. So I'm pretty positive that this is most likely how it went, since we're not getting the call. And it's been reported all over the place. I watched the Stam interview the other day. It must be in my bookmarks. My thousands upon thousands upon thousands of freaking bookmarks. I'll find it in the bookmarks and post it in the community tab later. But that also just gives like a whole nother like weird vibe to this whole entire thing. Because if she really did contact Mark Kelly, then how did that go? How did that go? Anne got called or notified by the church friends. Oh, people are talking about this now. Let me show you all this. Remember what they said, that it was church friends. So the church friends would have contacted Anne, and then Anne would have what? Contacted Savannah before calling the cops? Because that's how that seems. Yeah, remember what happened in Minneapolis? Some people are wondering if this person's wearing a mask. Now, again, this is one of those stupid colorized ones that should not be going around, because this is like the third color shade that I've seen in 5 minutes. Because everyone's using different programs. Who is this guy? Is that Tommaso? Is that him? Without a beard? They're showing this photo. One of Tommaso's former students said Tommaso's only 5'9". I mean, that is about the sizing, bro. See, but now I can tell that this photo has been doctored. See, like you cannot trust anything that's not an official source. You cannot trust anything that's not an official source, because people are going to put all kind of crazy shit on stuff. Okay, so right here, somebody, oh damn, they're estimating it to be, do what? No, hold on a minute now. No, see this, someone screwed with this picture, because this looks like you can see ears, you can see a nose, you can see a mouth, you can see eyes, you can see wrinkles on this person's face. Somebody messed with this picture. See why you can't trust any of this shit? You cannot trust any of this shit. Somebody went in here and put the masked man's face from that other thing on here. Because see, you're looking at this right here, and it's a mask. It's a whole blob. You can't see a nose. You can't see lips. None of that bullshit. This person done edited the hell out of this thing to where it literally looks like a man's face. I did a quick analysis. No, you did some shittery is what you did. Members of the community have thoughts. They don't want you calling 911 to tell them about your thoughts. They want you to shut up. See, like here, there's like no holes at all. So I'm wondering, like, is this just like the best still shot they could grab while this person was maybe like running or like walking fast towards the camera? And maybe that's why it's blurry like that. People are going to be out here doing all kinds of stupid shit to these photos and stuff now, man. So this is Tommaso. Nah. I don't know why this person's putting this picture of a flushed face like, oh my God, because I don't see no kind of resemblance at all. This dude has hooded eyes. See the hooded eye part? This is not hooded eyes under that mask. See, another one. Another one. See the difference in colors? Like, people need to stop. See this stupid shit? And look, for y'all that are here for my true crime channel, y'all know that I have been offered, I don't even know how many offers when it comes to sponsors. And I've turned all but 2 or 3 down at this point. Someone came to me with an offer for a big, huge AI company. And I said, hell no. Have you been paying attention to my channel whatsoever? What about my channels? Either one of them makes you think that I'm going to support anything AI. You out of your damn mind? Tell me you haven't paid attention without telling me you haven't been paying attention. See, there's the plant matter and there's the blood. And it looks like right here is where there's like maybe some sort of transfer from a shoe or something. But what's the blue mark? See the blue? What's the blue stuff? Unless it's a piece of that over there and it just looks like a glop. And look how like shriveled up and dried these already look. They really need to stop messing with these images. They don't know what in the shit they're doing. Like, this doesn't do anything. They're putting colors on this guy that aren't even accurate. Probably aren't even accurate. That, just like we just saw from the video that Nerdy Addict put up of the trespassers, that dude's shoes look like they would have been gray with a black detail. And like right here, let's just look again. Look at the guy's shoes. They look white with a reflector in the back with a black stripe down the side. Then he shows up here and his shoes are black. See, you've got to be really careful. If it's not coming straight from a or not being shown to you straight from a source, I mean, listen to whoever you want to. But if they're not showing you something straight from the actual source, then don't believe it. If they're showing you some infrared shit or some reverse stuff, then it's just opinion, and yeah, that's fine. But come on. How many different shades of colors have we already seen? No, I can't stand it. This is crazy. Like, how is this the situation? And they've been downplaying the hell out of it pretty much like this whole time. And there is no volume, I'm making sure. All right, we're going to run through the videos one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and jump off here so I can finish my editing. See, I'm telling you, this person does not seem to have been aware that there was a camera. Yeah, he keeps hitting this. If you look where his face is, like on the ground, you can see that the flashlight comes on quite a few times. Like, you see how it's like flashing? And then he looks back. Did he hear a sound? Or is he just like, well, making sure nobody's looking at him? Watch right here. He looks back. Looks back. This right here is crazy too. Like, you're just going to go. And I don't think it's a pin light, because pin lights are pretty long, like an actual pin, like a pencil. And this shit would be making him gag if this was a pin light. It's not sticking out of his face. It's like literally right there on his teeth. Because when it goes sideways, you don't see it sticking out. That is so wild. That's wild. All right, you guys, I'm going to jump off of here so I can go finish all of my editing that I'm doing for the Xana and Ethan deep dive video for the spatter report. I only have about 20 minutes left of raw footage to insert photos and stuff into, so it shouldn't take me past today. It should be out this afternoon. Now, when it comes to the interview, like I said, the co-owner of the 1122 house, we'll do that tomorrow so that it can have its 24 hours over on, yeah, I talked about that earlier. She shows Anne and her mom, and they're talking around a table at a dinner place, and she's showing everybody like her whole town. Oh yeah. I was wondering about that because of how like close in time it was to this. Crazy stuff. Thank you again for the gifted memberships, Vanessa. I very much appreciate that. And thank you for the 109 green girl. I appreciate that so much. Y'all don't forget, this is my second channel. I know it's double streaming, but Julez of All Trades is my second channel where the more high-end celebrity stuff is going to be talked about. We'll cover more of the Idaho tonight on my main channel. Thank you so much for hopping in. Crazy ass case. Holy crap. All right, let me go ahead and roll this one out real fast. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And just to cover my ass, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. All right, you guys, no outro music on this side, so I will just see y'all later.